Welcome. This is a reading from a book by Geoffrey Hodson called Occult Powers in Nature and Man. It is an awesome recounting of Geoffrey Hodson's visions of higher spheres, heaven worlds, and the sun, basically. The end part of the what I'm going to read has the part about Zarathustra. Fire. Fire is one of the garments of God. And God, to the spirits of fire, appears clothed in flame. They regard him as the central fiery heart of all manifested life, and the solar system is an expression of him as fire. That's how the beings of fire see God, as fire. In order to understand fire as an element, the mind must be disassociated from the idea of physical flame. As to man on earth, the sun appears expressed throughout the whole solar system in terms of power, light, heat, vitality. So to the salamander, which is a being for the fire from the sun is manifested on all planes as fire. The fire angels see the universe as a vast roaring sea of flame, a furnace in which all things burn, with love, with joy and power. Every object on every plane is seen in terms of fire as if it were a flame. Men, angels, trees, landscapes, and globes are all centers of fire, permeated and surrounded by fiery energy. Salamanders are the embodiments of that all-pervasive fire element. In it they live and work as the servants of the Logos, the divine God intelligence, personified, who to them is the central flame of life. The division of the universe into 7 divisions, with a magical number 7, finds a reflection in the realms of fire. Fire exists in 7 states, and there are 7 degrees of salamanders or fire angels, each more glorious and more fiery than his brother of lower degrees. Earthly fire is of the lowest degree, as are the astral salamanders, of whom it is an expression. All fire on every plane is summed up in one great archangel, who is the god of fire in our solar system, and under whom in their graded orders the fiery salamanders work. The purpose of the universal fire is to regenerate and to transform, to ensure continuity of growth by means of change, and to ensure that no part or parts of the universe should become static, resistant, inert. The element of fire is an expression of the divine will, which exerts a ceaseless forward pressure upon all life, and manifests in all form as an inward urge toward a more perfect expression of the life that ensouls life. Fire has the special function of maintaining universal movement, and its denizens, its citizens of fire, possess that fiery quality, and transform and regenerate at will. And they destroy darkness and remove it from the face of cosmos. On Earth, the salamander and his element of fire are most familiar in their aspect as destroyers of refuse and decaying matter. Yet, we employ them not only to consume, but also as producers of light, heat, and power. Between the earthly fire and the heart of the divine Logos and the sun, which is eternally aflame with this stupendous energy of joy and power and beauty that is the fire of life itself, there is an unbroken chain of fire by which means he, the Logos, and the sun, manifests the fire aspect of his nature throughout his system. That manifestation produces a form which somewhat resembles the familiar single sunflower, which blooms in earthly gardens. The heart of the blossom is the sun, and each petal is a mighty tongue of flame, playing from the sun out to the farthest confines of the solar system. From whatever direction this fire flower is seen, the same aspect of widely open petals appears, for the solar sunflower extends into every dimension of the system, and therefore presents a full face from every point of view. Yet, not only the gentle beauty of an earthly flower, but a roaring sea of fire is presented to the gaze of him who is able to see the fire aspect of the Logos. Each petal of the fiery flower is a living tongue of flame to which, with a mighty roar, power is rushing in a steady and continuous stream. Amidst this colossal display, the fire angels dwell, wielding its resistless energy and directing the play of the fiery solar forces according to the will of that supreme fire, which is their source of life. They are the lords of fire, the archangels of flame, the spiritual regenerators of the system. Living embodiments of firepower, they are inspired by the fiery will of the divine Logos, who is the one supreme ruler of whom this mighty solar fire flower and the great lords of fire are a great and direct expression. In color, golden yellow and flame-like, they resemble gigantic men built of flame. In the hand of each a spear, and in the head a golden crown of living fire. Flames shoot forth from them on every side. Every change of consciousness sends forth a tongue of flame. Every gesture flings a flood of fire. They form an august body of solar fire angels, who each at a station where the petal-shaped tongues of flame rush forth and circle the sun. Through them passes power, to be transferred in passing, lest its naked energy should destroy the system, which by their mediation it regenerates and transforms. They are step-down transformers of this higher energy. They shield the solar system, lest the fiery power should blind the eyes of those to whom it is a source of light, burden those to whom it is a source of heat, and shatter those to whom it is a source of power. Such are the mighty ones who stand before the fiery throne of the fiery Father of angels and of men. Below them, rank on rank, grade on grade, is ranged the mighty order of the spirits of fire. On every plane of nature they serve their fire king and owe allegiance to their fire lords. Their fiery nature gives them an appearance of uncontrolled ferocity, of fiery and awesome power. In each of them, at every level, a measure of the fiery God power is stored. Their growth is marked by an increase in that power, an added stature, and a more perfect expression of the fire of the logoic will, the divine will of the cosmic intelligence in the sun. Every atom in the solar system and all the space between the atoms is filled with fire, and all is aflame with fiery power. Center and circumference are one. Though mighty solar flowers, whose petals touch the orbits of the furthest globes, present themselves full-faced from every point of view, there is but one flower and one fire. And there is but one solar Logos. The solar flower is his body. The planets are his organs. The sun his fiery heart. The solar fire angels are his limbs, and his mighty head and feet form the organs of one mightier than he, the universal Lord of universal fire. In olden days, the solar lords of fire sent a messenger to earth to found the religion of fire and deliver the message of fire to men. His name was Zarathustra. He was one of the flowers of earth's humanity, one of its first fruits, who, having won his way into the realm of fire and learnt to dwell therein, had gained the knowledge and the power to stand unharmed before the solar lords, to learn from them the message he should bring and to receive the gift of mastery of fire. He appeared among his people amidst tongues of flame, surrounded by the spirits of fire. He told of fire, the regenerator and transformer, and taught his people to transform their lives by the fire of their own will united with the divine will. He taught that every evil in their lives and their land must be consumed by fire, that thus they might prepare a temple for the regenerating power of the spiritual sun. Knowing the word of power, he called down fire from on high, and from that fire the temple lamps and fires on the hearth were lit throughout the land.